So I'm going to review the revenue numbers in detail for the month of July, which we did over $85,000. What is going on, you guys? Hello from just outside of Seattle, Washington. My wife and I have been on the road for over 3 months now, and probably will travel for additional maybe 3 to 4 months before settling back down and maybe acquiring a few more Airbnb properties. Today is a really cool day. It was like our 4th or 5th record month in a row on Airbnb. We currently have 4 short-term rentals, 3 which we own on our own, and then 1 which we split with some investing partners that we met when we lived in Nashville. So I'm going to review the revenue numbers in detail for the month of July, which we did over $85,000 in revenue. And I'm going to break down our expenses, how many nights we were booked throughout the month for each property. And then I'm going to also include the debt service, which is the principal and interest paid on the mortgage for the month, and ultimately reveal what our cash flow was, or our take home after all expenses were paid for each of these properties, and I'm going to reveal how much we made on that ourselves. And if you guys hang with me till the end of the video, I'm also going to include things beyond cash flow. Cash flow is what sets you financially free, but what builds your wealth and net worth over time is the gain in equity from both principal paid down on the loans, which your guests are technically paying for you, and also any appreciation that you capture over the long term. Before we dive in, if you guys don't mind, if you appreciate and value the transparency that I provide here on my channel, most real estate investors and content creators do not provide this level of transparency. Please do me a favor, like this video, share it with others who may find value in it, and also drop your comments below. And also, if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? So for the first property we ever invested in back at the end of 2019, this is a 4-bedroom house, has a really cool rooftop. We have nice butterfly wing mural that says Nashville written above it that groups just eat up. They love that Instagrammable moment. So for the month of July, we were booked for a total of 26 nights, and our revenue off the nightly rate that we charge plus any cleaning fees that we collect from our guests totaled $13,949.51. Next, we're going to cover operating expenses. So this is any and all expenses that quite literally cost you money out of pocket to operate the property and keep it up and running efficiently. So this includes property taxes, insurance on the home, cleaning fees. It also includes any utility bills, Wi-Fi, if you replace towels or any soaps or shampoos, things like that that you need to, in order to operate an Airbnb successfully are included here. So our operating expenses for this property for just the month of July totaled $3,134.62. That's not our only expense that we need to account for, because we also need to take into account debt service. So when I refer to debt service, this is the principal and interest portion of the mortgage. Remember, property taxes and insurance, which are also included in your mortgage payment, was included in operational expenses. So the debt service here, or the principal and interest on the loan for the month of July, was $1,914.13. So how do we calculate our cash flow? We need to take our revenue, subtract the operating expenses, and subtract our debt service, which leaves us a cash flow for this one property for the month of July, $8,900.76. This is a really strong cash flow, and you're going to notice a trend for all of these properties. This is by far the best month we've ever had. Now keep in mind that July is one of the probably top 3 busiest months for both Nashville and Gatlinburg, the 2 markets we're currently invested in. So not all months are going to be this fruitful. Now, some months we might be able to do as good or even better, but just keep that in mind. I don't want everyone out there thinking that we are bringing in this level of revenue or cash flow every single month. The next property we have was the second property we ever acquired. Is a 2-bedroom condo, or maybe more of a townhouse, located in downtown Nashville. Super cool because you can walk to Broadway Street, which is where all the live music and entertainment is. And we were slammed the month of July, like we have been all summer for this property. We were booked 30 nights. And what's crazy is this place is a 2-bedroom that sleeps up to 8, and our previous property I mentioned is a 4-bedroom that sleeps up to 12 guests. But this property brought in $13,210.13 for the month, which is just about the same amount of money that the larger property brought in. Our operating expenses totaled $3,478.27, and our debt service, or principal interest on the loan here, was $1,667.20. So again, we do simple math, take the revenue, subtract all of our expenses and debt service, leaving us a cash flow for this property of $8,064.66. Now, while Nashville has been incredibly fruitful and amazing place to invest, not just for cash flow, but for appreciation over the long term, Gatlinburg and the Tennessee mountains, the Smoky Mountains, I should say, on the Tennessee side have been absolutely bonkers for the past year. We have 2 properties here, so I'm going to cover both of those, but the revenue and cash flow that these properties are bringing in, I just cannot find a better place to invest right now. So the first property we ever got in Gatlinburg was a fixer-upper. It was doing around $60,000 a year as is, but it needed a lot of cosmetic updates. So we went in there, replaced the carpet upstairs, redid the stairs, put luxury vinyl plank down in place of the carpet. We also painted the entire house, replaced all the light fixtures, some toilets, a bunch of other minor things to really take it to the next level. And this property is going to have amazing returns year over year. But in the month of July, we were booked for 30 nights and we had a revenue of $29,285.22. Now this property does sleep up to 16 people and it is quite a nice property compared to others in the area. So we're able to charge a premium as a nightly rate for people that are looking to rent it. Our operating expenses totaled $4,297.21, and the debt service, or the principal and interest portion of our loan, was $2,053.72. Now you guys could do the math again, but this left us with a whopping cash flow for this one property for the month of July of $22,934.29. My mind is still blown by this number. And I'm really excited to also share this next property, which we split 50-50 with another investor on the investment cost, the effort, and also the cash flow or the disbursements every month. So I'm going to review the top line numbers and then we're going to divide the cash flow by 2 to get our portion of that cash flow. This was by far the most involved rehab we have done to date, which is why we partnered with the folks that we met in Nashville. He is an experienced house flipper and home builder, so he had that level of expertise that we did not. He managed the rehab, we furnished the place, and we were managing the actual operations of the Airbnb, but we converted a big garage into a massive home theater room. We redid an entire rooftop patio lounge that's around 2,000 square feet, and it is really unique for Gatlinburg. Not a lot of homes have this level of uniqueness and creativity, which is why we're able to charge a premium here. And it sleeps up to 12 guests. We were booked for 29 nights in July and revenue was $28,913.48. Now our operating expenses totaled $3,558.94, and then the debt service was $2,024.96, leaving us a cash flow of $23,329.58. Now remember, we split everything, so we need to divide this number by 2 to get our portion of the cash flow. So if you divide that by 2, leaving us a cash flow for this property of $11,664.79. So if you add up all of these cash flows, you get a total of $51,564.50. Again, this is by far the best month we have ever had. The second best month we ever had was the month before July, which was June, which we did around $37,000 in cash flow. I think we can do better than this, but again, it's going to be really hard to beat most other months throughout the year. Now, for those that hung with me, I also want to cover the other benefits of owning real estate, which helps grow your wealth over time. So cash flow sets you financially free, but principal being paid down on the loan every single month and any equity you gain through appreciation over the long term is what's going to grow your wealth and your net worth. So I'm going to cover the principal being paid down on the loan for the month of July. For those not familiar, within that debt service that I mentioned earlier for our expenses, a portion of that is actually going toward principal. Now the principal is the portion that you get to keep in the form of equity in that property, and the interest is paying off the loan to the bank and paying them for their services to actually lend you the money in the first place. So I'm going to go in order of the houses here, but the principal that we gained in the month of July was $662.44, $505.08, $884.56, $619.32, but we need to divide that last one by 2 since we split the equity with our partners on that investment, so it's $309.66 is ours to keep, leaving us with a equity gain from principal pay down alone from these properties of $2,361.74. So literally, even if we cash flowed 0, we would still gain over $2,300 in the form of equity, which is amazing. Now, appreciation has been through the roof, largely in part to inflation with the Fed printing a lot of money, the shortage of supply in the housing market, and the increased demand from both home buyers and also investors throughout our country. So appreciation has been far above what I usually do as a ballpark 3%. 4%, but for the purposes of looking at investments holistically over the long term, I usually do a ballpark 3% year-over-year appreciation growth. So what I do is I do 3% multiplied by the current value of the house, what I think it is, and then divide that number by 12, and that gives me the monthly estimated or unrealized gain from appreciation, which I want to account for just to show the overall benefit of holding these assets. So again, I'm going to go in the same order. The estimated or unrealized gain that I'm predicting for the month of July from appreciation, $1,437.50, $1,150, $2,250, and then $2,500, but divide that by 2 again because we split the investment, and our portion was $1,250. So add all this up, our estimated or unrealized gain from appreciation for this month was $6,087.50. So this is the fun part, where you can add up the net gain in wealth, or estimated net gain in wealth, of course, when considering appreciation. We add our cash flow, we add the principal pay down on the loan, and the unrealized gain from appreciation, giving us a total net gain in wealth for the month of July of $60,013.74. I really hope you guys value the transparency I provide. By no means I'm sharing these numbers to boast in any way. 5 years ago, I literally had no money and a very low paying job, and I really had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, but it just took a little bit of hard work, grit, saving, side hustling, and learning, most importantly, to figure out where I wanted to invest that money, or my wife and I wanted to invest that money, and what we wanted to do with our time. So it's really all about financial freedom and how to get there, as fast as possible, because most people probably don't want to wait until they're 65 years old to retire and live out their life doing what they actually want to do, or doing things they're truly passionate about. Again, if you guys value the transparency, please consider subscribing and following along for future content. Certainly throw me a like on this video. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you guys have interest in learning how to do this step by step, I do have a ton of resources, including courses and investment analysis templates, among other things. Just see the description below to access all of those items.